Question number 12 is fill in the blanks. The square of an even number is even. The square of an odd number is odd. The square of a proper fraction is smaller or less than the given fraction. The sum of first and odd natural numbers is equals to n square. We have read all these statements in the properties of perfect squares. Next is question number 13, that is true false. The number of digits in a perfect square is even. This statement is false because the square of 1 is 1 and the number of digits in this number is only 1, that is an odd number, so this statement is false. Second is the square of a prime number is prime. This statement is also false because if we take the example of a prime number, like if we take 3, the square of 3 is 9. And we know 9 is not a prime number, it is a composite number. So this statement is also false. Third is the sum of two perfect squares is a perfect squares. This statement is false because if we add two perfect squares, suppose we have two numbers 5 and 6. Square of 5 is 25 and square of 6 is 36. If we add both these numbers, we get 61 and 61 is not a perfect square. Next statement is the difference of two perfect squares is a perfect square. This statement is also false. We will take the help of an example. We have two numbers 6 and 5. Square of 6 is 36 and square of 5 is 25. And if we subtract 25 from 36, we get number 11. And we know 11 is not a perfect square. Last statement is the product of two perfect squares is a perfect square. This statement is true. Let's take the help of an example. Suppose we take 3 and 4. The square of 3 is 9 and the square of 4 is 16. If we multiply both these numbers, we get 144 as a result. And we know 144 is the perfect square of 12. So this statement is true that the product of two perfect squares is a perfect square. I am repeating the statements. The number of digits in a perfect square is even. This statement is false. The square of a prime number is prime. This statement is also false. The sum of two perfect squares is a perfect square. This statement is false. The difference of two perfect squares is a perfect square. This statement is also false. Last statement is the product of two perfect squares is a perfect square and this statement is true. Thank you.